third graders, this is your Chapter 11 Check My Progress lesson. In this video, we're going to go over the vocabulary questions as a review of the vocabulary terms that we've talked about in this unit so far. I'm also going to go ahead and do some of these questions with you that you can see here. And then you're going to be responsible for doing the remainder of the questions on your own. So in order to be successful with this lesson, I would suggest that you have out your math book and open up to page 657, and also that you have your vocabulary cards from the beginning of this unit. The vocabulary cards are at the beginning of Unit 11, and they are right here. So they look like this, although you should have yours cut out and put in a safe spot. Okay? So, going back to the Check My Progress page, you can see the vocabulary terms that we're going to review together are capacity, gram, kilogram, liter, liquid volume, mass, milliliter, and unit. I wanted to show you something that I think will help you in the future as we move through these Check My Progress type lessons. Usually in our videos, we refer to the example pages at the beginning of every lesson. So you can see here, this is lesson 1 of chapter 11. All of these highlighted terms here are the vocabulary words that match up with your vocabulary card and match up with the Check My Progress page. Now, this page has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different vocabulary terms. So you can see that this lesson is really important. So this one has 5 of your vocabulary terms for this chapter, but as we move forward, oh look, this lesson has 6. Milliliter is here also. But as you move through the chapter and you start a new lesson, oftentimes on one of these front pages, there is a vocabulary word that is highlighted. Oh, look, here's mass and kilogram. Here's gram. So you want to look for these highlighted vocabulary words as you move through the chapters or as you move through the lessons so that you can find the key words that you're going to need to be successful on the Check My Progress page. So that being said, if you want to pause this video and go ahead and try and find these vocabulary words, they match up with these definitions here, and you just have to fill in the word. If you're have already done that and you are ready to go over the answers, you want to keep going and you do not need to pause this video. So question 1 says, one blank is one specific amount of measurement. Now, I remember seeing that in lesson 1 of this unit. In lesson 1, here it is. 1 unit is one specific amount of measurement. So I know that that is the answer for question 1. A unit is a specific amount of measurement. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for you. Okay, question 2 says, blank is the amount of matter or material in an object. Now, you might also remember this same phrase from your foldable from this chapter. If you want to refer back to your foldable, that's a great place to find these words as well. So, when I'm talking about matter or material within an object, I remember that that is the mass. The mass of an object is the amount of matter or material within it. Okay, now thinking opposite of mass, a different lesson that we talked about, blank or blank is the amount a container can hold. So I want you to think about a bucket. And I was going to try and draw one, but there we go. This is kind of a bucket, right? Hopefully it looks like one to you. Okay, so here's my bucket. Now, what would I be talking about? About what it would hold inside? Which of my vocabulary words from up here, and I've used unit, and I've used mass, would refer to the amount that this container can hold. Now, there are two words up there that refer to the amount a container can hold. I remember seeing that information back here in lesson 1, right here. The amount of liquid a container can hold is called its capacity. Capacity is also known as liquid volume. So this space here is meant for the words capacity and liquid volume. So when I refer to the amount that a particular container can hold, I'm referring to its capacity, right? You could look at these two bottles I have here. Here is my bottle of hand sanitizer, right? And you can see there's some liquid inside my hand sanitizer. And here is a bottle of nail polish. Both of them have liquid inside, but which one has the greater capacity? Which one has the greater liquid volume? The hand sanitizer or the nail polish? If you said hand sanitizer, you're correct. This has a much greater liquid volume, a much greater capacity than my nail polish does, the amount it can hold inside. Now, opposite of what can be held inside, thinking differently, I might ask you about its mass, the amount of matter or material in an object, right? The mass of this might be stronger than the mass of this. Okay, that was question 2. Moving forward, number 4 says, 1 metric unit of capacity is the blank and is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So you might think, oh, milliliters, that reminds me of my capacity lesson. I'm going to go back to the capacity lesson from the beginning of the chapter and think about what kinds of units of measurement was I talking about when I learned about capacity. Well, so the question was 1 metric unit of capacity is the blank and is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So what vocabulary word do I have that is equal to 1,000 milliliters? I see liter is highlighted here. I wonder if that could be it. Let's see. Oh, here's milliliter. Well, I don't see anything about that here. Oh, I know where it was. It was in my foldable. My foldable was here. It says a dropper holds about 1 milliliter. A water bottle holds about 1 liter. And you probably read in your vocabulary cards, it says 10 drops. That's silly. I'm not seeing it here, but hopefully in a previous lesson, we learned that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. I apologize. I thought that was in your vocabulary cards or on your foldable, but I see that it wasn't. So now, if you didn't know before, you've learned that 1 metric unit of capacity is called the liter, and a liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters, right? If I think about the bottle that was on my foldable at the beginning, let's see, where is it? Here we are. If I think about this bottle, right, I would need 1,000 milliliters to fill up this 1 liter bottle. Does that make sense? Okay, let's keep moving. I noticed that this is taking a little bit of time. So, moving forward, a metric unit of capacity smaller than the liter, you know now, is the milliliter. It takes more of these to fill up this. Okay? 1 metric unit of mass, right? So 1 unit of mass to determine the mass of an object. 1 unit of mass is the blank and is equal to 1,000 grams. Well, I know it can't be grams, so it must be kilograms. Okay? And then a unit of mass smaller than the kilogram is the gram. Okay? All right. Moving forward. Oh, look. You might remember I just showed you this. It says circle the better estimate for each capacity. So I see here that my answer choices are the same, but my object is different. So let's look at number 8. Number 8 is that water bottle that I talked about. Is this more likely 1 milliliter, like my dropper, or 1 liter? If you said 1 liter, you're correct. So now go ahead and look at number 9. Is number 9 also 1 liter? Or is this more likely a milliliter? Go ahead and circle your answer choice now. When you're ready, flip your page. Okay. So here we have question 10. Question 10 says, how much water is in each container? Circle the amount. So if you remember reading the amounts of something, we have to look at the lines that are provided to us on the container to come up with the best measurement for what's included inside. So looking here, let's see, I see this blue is my liquid. So that would be 100 milliliters. And then my blue line stops here at 200 milliliters. So you can see my blue line goes up to the 200 mark, and I know that I'm talking about milliliters because that's the marking on my beaker glass. So this container holds 200 milliliters. You go ahead and try number 11. Okay, looking at number 12 and 13, the directions say, circle the better estimate for each mass. So now I'm talking about mass and not liquid volume or capacity. So looking at this paper clip, I have the choices 1 gram or 1 kilogram. Now, if you think back to the beginning of this unit when we did the foldable, we talked about both of these objects here. Which one was for the gram and which one was for the kilogram? So I know that I need 1,000 grams to make 1 kilogram. I don't think that this paper clip would be 1,000 grams. That's pretty heavy. I think this is just 1 gram. You go ahead and do number 13. That baseball bat, do you think that's equivalent to a paper clip or must that be 1 kilogram? Okay, moving into the problem-solving questions. My problem-solving questions say, let's do number 14 together. Then you can try 15 and 16 on your own. So number 14 says, Mrs. Jones bought a 500 milliliter bottle of liquid laundry detergent. She used some, keyword, some, I don't know how much, of the detergent. And now she has 473 milliliters left. How much detergent did she use? So I need to break apart this problem because when I ask you to do cubes on a problem, we usually see the numbers, we see a keyword, and then we write the problem as if we know exactly what we're doing, but we need to slow down because in this one, I know that she bought this, right? She started with this 500 milliliter bottle of liquid laundry detergent, right? Then she used, I should have put a box around used also. What operation does used tell me I'm doing? Is she getting some or is she losing some if she uses it? She's losing some, so I'm going to subtract, okay? But do I know how much she used? No, I just know she used some. So I'm going to put a D for detergent. I'm not sure how much. And now she has 473 left over. So 473 is my answer. So how much did she use? Well, I'm going to find that out by subtracting 500 minus 473. And the difference is going to be how much she used. So I'm going to set that up over here. 500 minus 473. Oh, across zeros, so I need to go all the way to the left. Regroup. My 5 is now a 400. Now I have 10 here, but I'm going to regroup again and leave behind 9. 10 in my ones place. 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So she used 27 milliliters of detergent. All right? So I hope this little lesson helped you. Go ahead and try the remainder of the questions on your own. Make sure that you ask your teacher if you have any questions. And if you're in my class, be sure to bring your questions to the next Zoom meeting. I'll see you then.